So today we're going to be start talking about the Nintendo 64. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the system first. Pick up the system. Okay, so what are some of the good things about the system?
Um, some of the good things happen to do with the fact that it still uses the old pin system.
Okay, so does that mean you can play NES or SNES games, or it has its own own line of games?
Well, it has its own line of games,
Mhm.
but the NES uses a different pin connector. It uses
Mhm.
a 72 pin connector.
Mhm.
The old SNES, I've never attempted it, but it does use 24 pins.
Okay.
So I have no idea if it'll work, and I have no idea if you're gonna blow out your 64.
All right. So what about expansion? Can you expand the system?
Yes, there is an expansion port right here on the bottom.
Mhm.
This is also a 24 pin connector.
Okay. So what type of expansions are available? Is it region limited to the expansions, or there were expansions released all over worldwide?
Depends on the expansion.
Okay.
The Game Boy player that was invented for this particular model, which
Mhm.
came out right before the death of the Nintendo 64,
Mhm.
was released worldwide because it also was compatible with the GameCube.
Mhm. Okay. Was
But
there
there was
Wait,
another
hold on.
one.
Was there a particular expansion which sold more money than the average expansions?
That would actually happen to be the Game Boy expansion part I was
Oh.
just telling you about.
Okay. What about the disk drive?
The disc drive was only released in Japan.
Did it use physical disks or a special type with like a cartridge or something?
It had specific physical discs, but you needed to have official discs that were from Nintendo to run it, just
Ah.
as if you were using your system.
Okay, so like a computer, I heard this has expandable RAM. Now, before, one thing is, I have a question. Is the expandable RAM necessary to run the games, or is it just expandable, meaning it's an option?
Um, well, if you want to completely expand it from the original,
Hmm.
yes, but you can't have a port like this.
Okay, so what is the original? What would you call the original?
The jumper pack, which came with any standard Nintendo 64, when you first bought it, it came with a special little pack
Hmm.
that they tell you to insert right in here
Okay.
and place this over it.
So now, Donkey Kong 64 comes with an upgrade. What exactly is that upgrade, and what does it do?
That upgrade is the expansion, which
Mhm.
allows you to place more data. The original, I believe, was 32 kilobytes was
Mhm.
the original jumper pack
Mhm.
memory. The expanded is 256 kilobytes of memory.
Okay.
So it can hold quadruple the amount of game files.
All right. Now I see a number on here. Is this number still active, or is it a dead number? Because I know that the NES and the SNES have dead numbers about now, and their copyright is over. But I know that the SNES has dead numbers. Is that number still available now?
Well, the funny thing is, if you check your Wii manual, this is the exact same number.
Let me take a look at that.
This is the exact same number that is in your
Have a Wii
Wii
manual
manual.
here. Pretty bad condition.
Sorry about that, YouTube.
Let's see. I can't really get it focused on the number, but it does. Yeah, as I'm reading, it looks like the same number. Okay.
And
Okay.
the number, we did attempt to call the number, and they do pick up.
Yes.
It's an automated service that does pick up at Nintendo, and they do say thank you for calling Nintendo.
Okay. Now, what were some of the problems with the system itself? Not the accessories, but I'm talking about the system itself. Did it have any problems that could have made it fail at its time?
Yes, actually, one of the problems that could have made it fail was the system itself had, and I'll get back to this later when I talk about the accessories.
Mm-hmm.
That the system, the majority of the system,
Yeah.
was.
Let me stop you there for a second. From what I've seen on images of the system taken apart, it looks like the motherboard is a short motherboard, and all it is surrounded by is metal plates and heat sinks.
Actually, you can tell from the bottom here that that's true.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This here.
Wait, sorry, my phone is ringing. Disregard that. Okay, so enough about the system. Let's talk about the controllers.
Okay.
Now, I heard that there are three specific ways that you can hold the controller.
Now, the three ways of holding them
Mm-hmm.
is one way is your standard way for.
That is entitled the home position, isn't it?
Yes, this is entitled the home position.
Okay. And then there are two other positions which I know is the left or the right position.
And there's another position that's very hard to explain.
Okay.
One position, which is the left position, is you're holding it with your left hand
Mhm.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way.
And it makes it accessible to the A and B buttons and the.
No, that does not allow that.
So
you need to hold it like this, which is your right way, which is the right method, and you hold it like this. I know this looks really stupid, but if you're playing a shooting game that requires every key, you need to hold it like this, or you'll never be able to play.
Okay. Now, one thing I did happen to find out is now the SNES uses a battery for its memory, and the NES uses passwords. Does this have a different way of using the saving option?
Yes, actually, it does. Right here is a memory card. This memory card is pretty old, actually. It's a performance memory card for the Nintendo 64.
Okay.
Nintendo 64 was the first system released that didn't require passwords. You could save your files to either the cartridge or to this.
Okay, so where does that plug into?
Plugs in right here on the back of your controller. Like that. And it zaps in once this is connected to your Nintendo. I'll show you. Like this. Your system will pick up the data from this and display it for certain games that require that.
Okay. So, what are some bad things about the controller that could have been improved?
The design. Most and foremost, the design.
Now, what about the analog? Are there some problems with the analog that they could have had improved, like more stability or accurate instead of lagging?
More stability.
Okay.
Because of... Me and my friend opened this thing up. I will admit this has been opened up because these analogs, when we got them, were dead broken. And now you can see I fixed the analog for the most part, but for the most part it's pretty fixed. But the problem was it was all basically broken out.
Okay.
It's a problem if you go to a McDonald's version of the Nintendo 64 places where they still have the kiosks there. They'll show that the analogs in a lot of them are broken.
Okay. So, enough about the controller. Let's talk about some of the accessories.
Well, to start with, I'll explain this. Because this, I didn't get around to telling you everything about the memory card. One thing about the memory card I don't like is the fact that the only thing holding it together is these little two screws that I don't think you're going to be able to see.
Okay. Now, how much memory does that memory card have?
This holds about the average amount of your jumper pack.
Okay.
The save is about 1 kilobyte, so it can support a good number of your games.
Okay. So next, let's talk about the standard accessories hookups that come with your N64.
Well, this is one I want to say has a problem.
All right. Now, what is the problem you think with that one?
It's too freaking long. Try to get a wide focus on this.
I am. Okay, I see that. It's pretty long. Alright, so are there any good things about it?
About this?
Yeah.
Well, actually, one good thing about this happens to be the accessibility to the system. This thing has a lock on it. You see this little notch here? On the back of the system, it has that same notch. But this notch locks into place so that it won't just pop out.
I can see that, yeah. Let me get a... Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay.
Now, the other good thing is that these aren't cheap-ass endings here. These aren't like the ones you pick up in your 99-cent store. These are good endings where they're not like the... I don't remember the name of the system right now. I believe the Game Boy had a version of these where they were really garbage. You basically go to your 99-cent store and you'll get a better wire. Okay.
So, next, the last thing about the accessories that we have to talk about is the AC adapter.
Well, for the AC adapter, the size, I wouldn't mind the size as much as if it wasn't heavy. It's about half a pound.
Okay.
The AC adapter alone is about half a pound. The AC adapter, when it's plugged into the system, is about half of the weight. So, as you're going along with this, you'll notice it's a bit heavy. This is about the standard length you want for an AC adapter.
Okay, I'm going to have to cut you off there, but do you think that this system can still be used in today's technology? Not meaning sold in stores, but is it worth still keeping, or is it something that you can sell?
Well, YouTube watchers, all I have to say is that's up to you.
Okay, well, thanks for watching. See you in another YouTube video.